What if I told you the Minnesota North Stars drafted an American first overall in the 80s and he didn't quite work out? No, I'm not talking about Mike Modano, the high-scoring American player so far. Sit back, kiddies. It's story time. It's the 1982-83 season, and the North Stars are riding high from a lot of homegrown talent like Bobby Smith, Brian Bellows, and Craig Hartsburg, finishing second in the Norris division with a respectable 96 points. So how'd they get the number one overall pick? Well, here's where the god-awful Pittsburgh Penguins enter our story. Oh, hold on, that felt really good saying. The god-awful Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguin talk just has a nice ring to it. Pittsburgh traded their first-round pick and George Ferguson to Minnesota for Minnesota's first pick, Ron Megan and Anders Hackinson. Minnesota had great success building with the draft in the late 70s and early 80s. Hell, in the third round of the 83 draft, they snagged Messier. Okay, fine, it was Mitch Messier, but still, kinda. The NHL's Central Scouting pegged as their consensus number one a high school standout from Mont St. Charles, Brian Lawton. Here's where I will remind you of a proverb by the wise Steve Dangle. Draft picks are like magic beans. They are a virtually unknown commodity, and you can only hope that they develop. That being said, a good number of quality NHLers were drafted after Lawton. Pat LaFontaine, Tom Barrasso, Dave Gagne, Cam Neely, Russ Courtnall, and Steve Yzerman, who somehow made it to fourth overall. Lawton decided to start his career wearing the number 98, but after a mediocre second season scoring 11 points in 40 games, he changed his number to 8. Fans often compared him unfavorably to Wayne Gretzky, who famously wore the 99 and tore up the league, while Lawton was assigned to Springfield of the AHL. After 5 seasons of not being able to score more than 44 points in a single season, Lawton was traded to the New York Rangers in a multiplayer deal. 3 months later, Lawton was on the move again, this time to Hartford. He had a solid second half of the season with the Whales, scoring 10 goals and 26 points in 35 games. Pretty respectable. But that didn't last long, as by the following December, he was placed on waivers and picked up by the Quebec Nordiques, rewarding them with 11 points in his first 14 games. Lawton was then picked up by the Bruins and didn't mesh well with the team, laying a goose egg in 8 games. In 1990, Lawton signed as a free agent with the LA Kings, but decided to play in the IHL for a single season. In August of 1991, Lawton signed with the new expansion San Jose Sharks. Brian finished number 4 in team scoring despite missing 21 games. His second Shark season and final season in the NHL saw him post 2 goals and 10 points in 21 games. On January 22, 1993, San Jose decided to trade Lawton to the NJ Devils. After playing for 6 teams in 9 seasons, Brian Lawton decided to hang up his skates. He's publicly stated that the constant movement hindered his development, and honestly, I can't blame him. It's hard to establish yourself when you're constantly packing your suitcase. Damn it, Gary, style this video! Brian Lawton always knew he wanted to get into hockey management, and upon retirement, he began managing as a player agent, eventually becoming a managing director at the Octagon Agency. Later, he served as vice president of hockey operations at the Tampa Bay Lightning organization, and now works as an analyst on the NHL Network. Where it's easy to look at Lawton's career and compare it to, say, Steve Yzerman, it's much harder to understand that there's a lot of factors that go into the development of an NHL player. Lawton was often centering a fourth line in Minnesota. While he was playing at the NHL level, it really wasn't conducive to his success. And as an observer, we like to say that Brian Lawton was a bust. but at the very least, he played nearly 500 NHL games. And that's more than most of us can say. One thing is for certain, he never lost his passion for the game. I really hope you enjoyed our video on Brian Lawton. Is there anything I missed out or something you'd like to see going forward? Let me know. As always, if you liked it, please do the old LSS, like, share, and subscribe, and thank you all for watching.